This is a short video about how to replace a hard drive on a 2013 tapered wall or edge iMac. Now I'm going to talk real quick. Basically, you cut off the screen. In this case, I just use a sharp knife, and it's double-sided tape, so you kind of got to go over it slowly, back and forth. Not too much in there that you're going to cut, but go all around the edges, and eventually you can get your fingernail in or a spudger tool. And then you can start prying off the screen. So this is the first major hurdle, obviously, and kind of the biggest thing. And just be careful not to bend the glass because it could break. Now I purchased a 3.5-inch hard drive, which I'm going to replace it with, which is an SSHD, which has a SSD in it and a spin drive. Once you crack open the screen, there's two wires holding it on, so you disconnect the two wires, the power and the video. And then for the drive itself, there are three screws basically, top right, top left, and bottom left. To get to the bottom left, you need to remove the speaker there that you see I'm removing, and you can just kind of push it over to the side a little bit, and then you can get at the last screw there. Now I dropped my last screw in there, so be careful about that. Once you do that, you can pull out the hard drive, disconnect the SATA cable. Now here you're going to remove the screws, the little studs that will go into the holders. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen there, you can see the holder that's still in the case. So you remove those because you want to add those back to your new hard drive. So they're just a Torx screwdriver. You remove all four of them, and then you can put the edge plates back on to hold it securely in the case. From here, then, you put your edge piece back on over top that stud, and then you can start replacing all three screws. You put your SATA connector on, of course. It's just the power and the data. Real simple. It's all one connector in this 27-inch iMac. And it's nice to go with the 3.5-inch hard drive because then you can get the 7200 RPM drives in there. I could go with the full SATA, but I didn't have, full SSD, but I didn't have the money. And for the size, this is a 2 terabyte. This works. So put in all your screws again, and then you can put on your screen. There's two wires to connect there in the back. Just be sure the bottom doesn't fall out. It's very fragile. If this thing falls out at all, you're out of luck. So you always got to be holding it. Then plug in your power. Of course, you should have disconnected your power before. And then you can start it up. Now I've got my screen held in place with tape at this point, but you probably want double-sided tape if you're not going to go back in there. And then all you do once you're in there is, if you didn't clone it, I cloned mine beforehand, but if you didn't clone it, you can come in here and install it. Or in this case, I cloned it. I'm just checking my hard drive size, and then in the system information, you can see that it's a rotation speed of 7200 RPM, and it shows you all the rest of the detail of the actual file system. So it's a quick, very quick process as to how to install a new hard drive in your tapered edge, tapered wall iMac, and this happens to be a 2013 unit. So fairly straightforward for anybody who's used to doing this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.